Seconds ago, we said that you personally had budgeted for inoculations for 55% of your people in the Philippines. Why only 55%? Because that doesn't sound like herd immunity to me. It sounds like significantly less than herd immunity. Is it a question of money?
Well, no. Well, you have to remember, we have a large population that is below 18 years old, and that's not recommended for vaccination. We have a total of 110 million people, and we have around 40 million who are below 18. And the medical authorities do not recommend them to be vaccinated. So that leaves us with 70 million Filipinos to be vaccinated. We estimate between 57 and 60 million will be vaccinated by the national government, and the balance of about 10 to 13 million will be vaccinated by the private sector, the local governments, and of course there are people in our country who do not wish to be vaccinated, similar to other countries. So that is basically our the numbers for our vaccine, and we have certainly enough funds to vaccinate the 57 to 60 million people by the national government.
57 to 60 million, okay, 55% of the population in the Philippines. Mr. Secretary, the next question I'm going to ask you is something we posed to your counterpart in Indonesia, Sri Mulyani Indrawati, whom we spoke to earlier this morning, and that is, give me a timeline. When are you expecting to hit that number to achieve roughly herd immunity in the Philippines? Are we talking 12 months, 15 months, or longer?
Probably by the end of this year, we should be have vaccinated the majority of the people, because the vaccines are scheduled to arrive in February, the initial doses.
Mr. Secretary, how much is this going to cost, and where does it leave the budget deficit for the Philippines?
For the national government, we estimate this to cost around 82.5 billion pesos, and we certainly have funded for this. Our total deficit for the Philippines in 2020 is estimated at 7.5% of GDP. You know, our revenues were around $60 billion, only 9% below our 2019 levels. Our expenditures we have maintained at $87.5 billion, leaving us a deficit of $27.5 billion US dollars, which is, as I said, around 7.5% of our GDP.